Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now it is the last day of the river season today. The last couple of days I was out after big pike on the river, and what a success that was. I ended up with one massive 20 pound 9 ounce I think it was pike. If you want to check that video out, I'll leave a link in the description below. But today we are out in the stream in the woodland, because even though I love catching big old fish like big old pike, what I really like is exploring woodlands, little streams, really snaggy areas, just trying to catch whatever I can find. This is the one I normally come to. It only runs an average of about this deep. And then I'm going to look for some deep holes, some 2 foot deep pockets, hoping to find some chub, perch, pike, you name it. Ultralight gear, 1 to 8 gram rod. Let's hopefully have some fun on the very last day of the river season. Fish. Oh my god, it's a fish. It's definitely not the chub I was hoping for, but it'll do. We'll have a little jack pike. I've got a new net with me today that extends a million miles, look. So I'm not fanning around, almost falling in the water to try and catch them. I've got a wire trace on here because I did think there would be jack pike in this area. My god, it's so much power in them. But saying that, on a 1 to 8 gram rod, they all feel huge, don't they? Even a little perch. It's actually not a bad pike, and he's got a big old bite mark in him. Look at that. Because even though actually my main aim from this little stream is chub, I did expect to get the odd pike come along. There we go. Well, look at that lovely little jack pike to kickstart the last day of the river season, and that is a really promising sign for next season. When I come to this area, big old bite mark in the side of him. That means there's obviously some bigger mummers in here. Although saying that, with the size of this pike, that fish that bit this one could have easily been like a 4 or 5 pounder, to be honest. Fantastic little scrap though on the ultralight gear. We'll get him back and hopefully find some of the chub that actually is more what I'm hoping for today. Well guys, walking around this wonderful little wild stream, I have come across an area which has been managed by the Environment Agency. So we're going to come to a bit of a contradiction now. So what they've done is they've removed some of the big trees slightly upstream from where I am now, because I think they were just encroaching too much on the river, and they were damming it up quite a bit. So they've cut them down, they've obviously dragged them all out, dredged a bit at the bottom as well. But this woodland is the one that is full of rubbish, absolutely full of litter, absolutely disgusting sight along the countryside. The Environment Agency have left it. They didn't bother to clear it away while they was doing the management work. What they've done is removed trees and left litter. In fact, there's even an area just down from me where you can see the excavators or whatever they've used have pushed rubbish to the side, as in pushed the leaf matter and tree branches to the side. And there's literally piles of litter on the opposite side of it. So maybe they'll come back and take it away, but I highly doubt it. They've come in, they've done the job that needs to get done, seen environmental waste litter in this woodland and gone, none of our business, and walked off. It's an absolute sad sight. I can't believe it. Well, looks like I might be getting a bit of rain in a minute, so I'm going to start walking more on this river. Hopefully we'll find some areas with some fish. This was actually an area where I'd expect to find some fish, but there's no trees here on this little bit of the river now. So we'll move downstream and hopefully we'll find some more fish. Big perch chase that in. A real big perch for this little stream. Don't know where it's gone. I think I must have spooked it when I recast straight back out. Well, while I was trying to get a couple of big perch to try and take my jig, a big pike, well I say big pike for this stream, a pike came flying in, scared the perch off, tried to take my little perch jig, and then he's kind of got bored of it. So I'm just going to go out there now with a little jerkbait. You can see the pike just sat on the bottom. Let my feet. Oh, that was close. Come on. Come back for it. Come on. Whoa, what a strike! Right at my feet as well. Don't get me snagged up, especially not on the 1 to 8 gram rod. Guys, are tight as well. I didn't realise quite how tight it was until you look. An excitable jack pike. It's going underneath the log, it's going underneath the tree root. We'll keep him back out. Oh my god, I've never had to twist and turn so much. Trying to land a pike, he's going to go back under the log. Try to get under absolutely everything, every root. Thankfully I'm fishing heavy, even though I'm fishing 1 to 8 gram rod. I am obviously fishing heavier, expecting the odd pike. There we have it. Got lucky there, the hook was just behind its eye. Just on a little jerkbait. He came in, chased me perch if I was trying to catch. But I can't really complain with that, can I? Although I kind of can, because those perch were a good size. The perch were probably touching £2. This fish is probably about 3. Don't you dare. We're going to have a little look at your proper healthy fat jack, and what a take in the margin. Well, it wasn't what I wanted from this swim, but look at the quality of that pike. That is a fish of only a couple of pounds, but absolutely thin, perfect, pristine. Now, I say I didn't want this fish because there was actually 2 fish in this one I really did want, and they were both a real good sized perch, probably both between £1.5 and £2. One of them was definitely over 2. This fish came in, spooked him off, so I decided it's time to get my revenge. Put on a jerkbait, ran it through the swim and nailed it at my feet. It doesn't get much better than that, does it? Well, let's move on and hopefully we can find some different species, maybe some more perch or pike even, or maybe even a chub, which is what I really would like today. Right, now I've had a good bit of action so far. After catching that pike in the margin, I just go for a wander downstream, and unfortunately I can't find anything. But we had a bit of a heavy rain spell, and it's meant that the water's got a bit of colour in it now. And whenever it comes to small stream fishing, small river fishing, the moment you get some heavy rain, even if it's for a short period, it immediately starts to colour and it makes the fishing really hard. So I've come back now to the swim where I've just had some action off the 2 perch. They chased it in and caught a jack pike. So what I'm going to do is, or what I've already done is, I've removed the wire trace. I've now got a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader on there that's quite long, and I've put a little tiny weeny 1 gram micro jig head on. I think that's about a size 6 hook on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig around in the undergrowth, dig around in the leaves and sticks and branches, and try and find a few worms, and hopefully we'll be able to tempt one of them perch to take it. Let's get looking. So if you're ever on the bank and you desperately need some worms for your fishing, like I've done today, found some perch and I really would like to catch them, but unfortunately they're not quite taking the lures. What you want to look for, or at least what I've found works really well, is look for heavily compacted leaf matter or heavily compacted grass. So I'm not talking like this loose leaf litter that's on the floor. You want to find an area like this. So tractors have been coming in and out this area, and it's meant that it's compacted loads of leaves and mush against the side of the tractor tracks. And if you dig through this leaf matter, you'll find dead rabinas. Dead rabinas absolutely love it. In fact, there's one right there that's a bit too small for me. I'm going to throw that one. I'll not use that one. if you dig through it, you will find them. They love leaf matter, grass, anything compact. Yeah, there's quite a few in here. I was trying to look for some that are decent sized ones, and hopefully we'll gather a few to be able to hopefully try and target some perch before the end of this day. I've got a feeling more rain's coming, unfortunately. Fish on. Big perch. Yep, that's a big perch. Oh, that's a big one I've been after. My net's tangled up, my net's tangled up, my net's tangled up. That's the big perch I've been after. That's a big perch I've been after. No, my net's tangled up. It's upside down. What's going on? I'm going to lose it. Chris, what are you playing at? You got too excited. You've messed your net up. Potential £2 small stream perch is in it somehow. How did I manage that? Definitely not as big as I thought it was when I was looking at it in the water. But look at just such a small stream. Look at that, I put a little bunch of worms on. I've been digging around molehills trying to find them. And I've gone and caught a big old chunky small stream fish. I'm just going to put him in there. There was 2 to begin with. So if we go on that assumption, there's potentially a chance at another one down there. You'll be fine in the net for now. Those worms look fine, they're on the hook. I'm going to send those straight back out there. There was, like I say, 2. There was no more than 2. But catching that fish might have spooked the other one off. Can we get 2 good sized perch in the net from this stream at the same time? That'd be fantastic. There we go. Yeah, we can. Yes, it is the other one. Yep, there was definitely 2 big ones down there. I knew it. I knew it. I mean, net is set up properly this time. Oh yes, 2 in the net at the same time. What a way to potentially end this session. This might be the end of the session for me because the water's getting coloured because of the rain we've had coming down. But I knew these fish were in this swim, and I knew if I potentially put on some worms, I would have a chance at catching them. There we go, there's the worms, a ball of worms on the jig head. Don't get more simple than that for perch. Not quite on the laws, which is what I was wanting, but last day of the season, I'll take them in any way, shape or form. Well, 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 would you look at that to end the river season. Now, obviously, I'm not fishing a big river, I'm not fishing my normal local, I'm fishing a tiny little stream, and fish of this size, from a water of this size, are absolutely magnificent. Look at that. I thought they were both over £2 in the water. They're not that big. The top one's probably over £1.5 pounds, and the bottom one is probably about £1.5 pounds, something like that. But absolutely fantastic way to probably end the session. The water's getting mucky. There's some more rain due. God, what a great session this has been. I absolutely love these little woodland streams. Well, that's not the way I thought this session was going to go today. This little stream through the woods that I fish, I've only ever caught 2 perch ever from it. They were both decent sized ones actually, but normally I catch chub and I catch jack pike. And today it seems like the jack pike and the perch right at the end have stolen the show. Now, it was supposed to be a lure fishing session, but seeing as though it's the last day of the season, I decided to give myself a bit of leeway. I've been scrambling around, digging in the dirt behind me, it's so sludgy, just to find little tiny dead rabinas to put on that little jig head to catch me 2 fantastic perch to end the river season and to end the session. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this one. I'm going to be doing some trout fishing in my next session. Literally, the trout season in my local area starts next week. If you want to go and do some wild brown trout fishing, you have to look up your local bylaws first, because every area or region of the country has a start date at slightly different times. So thankfully I'm next week, so I'll be catching or targeting some big old city trout next week, and I hope you guys look forward to that. Subscribe if you want to, like the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you guys later.